if you have a GD&T that you pulled in, but you're still not happy with the range, if you want to change it, you can go ahead and give a different value. And from the button, from the dialog, you can say apply and push it back. This will push back those changes to the Creo GD&T. So that gives a successful message. So it's OK and OK. So now this pushback GD&T can be done in 3 ways. As I showed you, one from the dialog itself, if you just want that particular GD&T to be pushed back. Second thing, from the GD&T list dialog, which is just applies for the part. So if I want to push back the GD&T information just by part level, I can use push GD&T from here. And third thing is you can use push GD&T under update model, which will push back the whole information, like wherever you change, it gets pushed back completely to the model. So there's 3 different ways. If you don't want to mess up one part and you just want to push it the other one, you can select the way you want to do it. So now, as we saw how we created GD&T inside Creo, we pulled in because it's a great time saver if you already have GD&T that's in the part. But still, you can go ahead and use the GD&T function inside 3DCS, which is even more easier way to create GD&T inside the model. So I can just show you a very quick example. So let's select the GD&T button here, which is under model creation. I can select which part I want to create the GD&T. So I'm going to pick this part here. This instantly popped up the GD&T dialog. And under add, you can list all the options that you want the GD&T to be created. I mean, what type of GD&T you want to create. Let me start simply with the datum A. The first step, you can see the mod dialog popped up with the features. It's almost similar to what we have at Creo. The first thing you need to select the reference features. So I'm just going to add here the references. I would like to have this and go ahead and pick just 2 features just to show you an example. So that is done. So as soon as you create a datum, you can see how the datum label is automatically populated to be A. If you're happy with A, just proceed. If you want to change, you can go ahead and change them. So once you hit apply and you go back to your datum reference frame, you can see the labels that you created being listed under labels, and I can see the datum reference frame empty. From here, you can go ahead and add the datum reference frame. So now I would like to use this A for my future GD&T. So I'm just going to select that. I'm going to add that here. So now that's get added to my datum reference frame. So that's done. So that's created. So you can see how that GD&T is listed in that part now. So second thing, I want to do my datum B, which is going to be a slot size. So first thing, I need to select the features, which is going to be this surface here and this one. So once you created that, you can see those 2 features listed under the features, and you have options to change. So I need to create the size. So size is already selected. For example, if I need to have an origin, you can also do an origin symbol here, which selects the first feature that you selected to be the origin. But you can still go ahead and switch that from the dimension origin symbol, which surface you want it to be used as an origin here. So that's one good thing to know. So now come back to tolerance tab. You can add a value here, and that's done. So now, as I know, after I created my dimension, I want a perpendicularity tied to that slot. So as you have the features already selected, this would be just one button click and you have the next perpendicularity right away. So you just need to do an add frame here, which is the next frame will be added right away. And the next thing would be just going ahead and changing the type to perpendicularity and give a value. And you can select the material condition here. If I don't want to give anything. And as I completed my datum A reference creation, so that datum reference will be showed up under the DRF. So I can just go ahead and directly pick A from here, which completes my perpendicularity creation there. So when that's done, I can hit OK, and you can see how that populated and it just created. So these are the types where, this is how you create GD&T using the GD&T 3DCS GD&T dialog, which is, I feel it's much better and much easier, the time saving also. So once that's done, it just gets added. And one thing to know, the GD&T that you created inside 3DCS cannot be pushed back into Creo. The only thing that can be pushed back is when you create GD&T inside Creo, you extract them in, and only those GD&T can be edited and pushed back. But still, you can go ahead and edit them and save inside 3DCS, but the only thing is you can't push it back to Creo.
And the other thing to note is if you extract the GD&T from Creo and you have your datums, you can just go into DCS and those reference datums are already there, and so you can add profile and pick the ABC from the Creo GD&T.
Yeah, as you said, this GD&T, these informations was pulled in from Creo. Now I can just go ahead and add additional information, like I already have these many. So now, for example, if I need to have a surface profile on a feature, which is for example, I'm going to pick this one here. So once that's selected, and I have the data. Yeah, so I can just my next step will be just to create one and just complete my GD&T creation.
So you can mix and match the GD&T. You just can't push back anything you make inside our GD&T dialog box.
Yeah, so before we complete